Heyo, B-Root here. This is Kopa Shores. People seem to not like this map. So here's a guide. The guide is going to be based off of Alex, as playing with Umi reduces me to grumpy mumbling. Fucking hate this map. Sucks. This blows. First, we gotta familiarize ourselves with the map. You may notice the empty void on the left. That's where I'm just gonna put editor's notes and corrections and just small tips. If you see Goppy from Doomy and Legsy show up in that empty space, the footage you're seeing is my speedruns. What you're seeing now is the layout of Kopa Shores that I respectfully stole from the Blockage Discord server. Also wishlist the game on Steam, it's the first link in the description. To begin, let's talk about turns 1 and 2, also known as a chicane. From the starting line, it's a sharp right-hander into a sharp left, because that's what a chicane is. Here I'm using the picture mode to go through the map. There's also the above path, but I'll cover that later. Past the chicane, it leads us into turn number 3, which leads us into the horrendous turn number 4. And past that is something you could technically call a straightaway. There are alternate routes through turns 3 and 4 and the straightaway, but I'll cover that later. Continuing on the main path, you go past the giant islands and into nice flat ground, which leads into turn 5, also known as a hairpin. After that, go up the ramp, and you're back at the start. Simple, right? Turns 1 and 2, or the chicane, is quite simple actually. Alex's drift can really just carry her through the entire corner. For Umi, I think I just blink my way through it. Hit that, miss. Oh fuck, barely made that. Or you could go up the wood bridge and just cut right through the corner. Now for my favorite part, turns 3 to 4. Which has this. This is the top and bottom path, which is fine. Problem is it's followed by another top and bottom path. The top path, the first top path, doesn't connect with the second top path, but the bottom path does connect to both bottom and top path. So if I refer to top path, you think, oh yeah, the top path must link up with the second top path. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So I'm just gonna stupid and dumb. I hate it. I'm just gonna call it Del and Taco. So how do you go from turn 3 to Taco instead of Del? Well, this is where the advanced moves part of the game comes in handy. You probably know that in the air, you can lunge by pressing the drift key, but there is another thing you can do called diving. If you press no movement keys while in the air and press drift, you get sent straight down. With that in mind, you can do this. Fun fact, from underneath that wood bridge has no collision. It's better if you hug the inside of that corner, because if you go a bit too high up from the corner, you kinda do this. Here's a clip from Spider-Man 3 that demonstrates this problem. You could do that from turn 3, or you could just skip it entirely from the wooden bridge. That's how you get to Taco, but what about Del? Del sucks. Like, as a turn, it just sucks. This is why I refer to turn 4 as a horrendous turn. Cause look at it. What the fuck am I looking at? Who the fuck sent me a WhatsApp message? You see that wall run? It's just not worth it as well, because it sends you to the left, which sends you to this straightaway thing. That one also sucks, because it won't send you perfectly to the path, it'll send you to the wall, which means you're wall running, and it means you're losing speed, which means it's not worth it. And also, if you're taking that, it's such a wide angle. Wide angles aren't good for racing. What were we stupid? So don't do that. There's only one reason you should do Del, and that's this. There's also another version of it where you kind of hit the ramp, but that one sends you into the air and that makes you use your dive, which uses boost. And also Del has so little gems compared to Taco. But that doesn't really matter as Boost Vector EX is not a racing game. It is a resource management sim. All these hours of playing Football Manager finally coming in handy. I'll probably elaborate on the resource management sim bit in the speedrun section, but for now, I'm gonna talk about the bottom path and its quirks, and then I'll talk about the top path. As shown before, going from Del to the bottom path is pretty simple. Going from Taco on the other hand, has a few complications. The major one being, it kind of just sends you into the air. I don't know why. I think it's because of this tiny incline. Sometimes it doesn't really launch you in the air, but it's still an okay path. Most of the times it just sends you to these two gems right here. I advise just going from Del instead of Taco if you're going to the bottom path. It just seems more consistent. Other than being bumpy, the bottom path is kinda easy to traverse. Except for this. Like, what is this? And also this booster. To any normal person, this is a normal booster. It's ever so slightly pointing upwards though, which sends you in the air for a short period of time. Asman, please fix. Also, you can do this. Similarly, its vertical counterpart is quite basic. It's got two paths leading up to a nice flat area before the jump, just filled with a bunch of gems. The right path has a booster, the left path also has a booster, but to get to the left path you have to fly over the main area. The main annoying part is getting up there in the first place. This ramp is horrible. If you try and go up the ramp, you just lose every bit of speed you have. That is why I call this lip the toe stubber, or as the dev calls it, the faceplant machine, or the shin obliterator, or the ankle annihilator, or the momentum muncher, or the velocity decimator. I hate this thing. Well, I used to hate this thing, but now I actually know a method to go up it cleanly. You see here, the trick of Alex is to drift early. On the left edge, not the right edge. The right edge will slow you down. If you drift too late or just run into it, you'll either fly off or you'll hit the lip and just kind of cut Alex in half. Yo. For Umi, I don't fucking know, just run it up, just run up it. Like, for some reason on Umi, running up the thing works. Or just jump a bit and then lunge into it. Jumping, it works as well. After all that bullshit, you enter some more bullshit. These are the floating islands. They're a bit quirky. Every single one of those islands has a gem. But if you undershoot that gem, you hit the Sandman, which takes a bit of your speed. And I undershoot it a lot somehow. Stopping on the left or right island isn't a bad way to go down it, it's just that there's a faster way. For Alex, just spam shift. Ignore the islands and just spam shift. Her mid-air boost sends her down and forward, which means you get to the final island faster than stopping. Again, for Umi, I have no fucking clue. For me, I just level 2 blink straight across. I don't even stop on the islands, don't even stop at the final island. I just go all the way over there to the end, to the flat, nice flat area. The problem is, you see those ropes up there? They have collision for some reason. Here's a clip from Spider-Man 3 that demonstrates this problem.
You.
On the final island, there are these 4 gems. In a normal race, these are as important as any other gem, but in the speedrun section, I'm going to depth on these 2 fuckers specifically. Other than that floating island section is pretty simple. However, most people consider that section of Kopa Shores the slowdown of the map. It just doesn't feel that well. You're in the air, you're not really boosting on the ground, there's not much going on. And it's just kind of a bit of a mess when compared to Light's Edge or Air Temple or even B Stadium. I don't really like B Stadium. It's just a bit slow. It's got a lot of bumps. It's not really nice and blah, 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 blah. I want After the islands, you enter turn 5, also known as the Hairpin. The Hairpin has a lot of stuff going on, so I'll break down what I deem important. Let's first talk about the blue boost pad, which is unique as it gives you boost instead of launching you like the orange one. The amount of boost gain varies on what map it is. Then, to the left, there's these bunch of gems near the apex of the corner. But be wary, there are a bunch of trenches around here that will kill you. And then there's the top path. It's a good option, it's just a bit, how do I say this? Finicky? Yeah, that works. This ramp fucks you up a bit. Then, the bowsprit, because we're on a crash ship by the way, can clothesline you, slowing you down. Both paths will lead you to this green pad. This green pad pushes you forward just a teeny bit, unlike the orange pad, which launches you. There's also a bunch of random gems on some platforms, like this one, which I presume you can only reach from the top path. Keen Knight viewers may realize one thing. There's an umbrella in the way. So I don't know what the purpose of this gem is. And yes, the umbrella does have collision, and the umbrellas here can and will fuck you over. You could also skip the hairpin. This isn't really that fast or consistent as the umbrellas can and will fuck you over. After all that, there's this split path with a bunch of gems. If you fuck this up, I don't have any advice for you. Except maybe start steering by aiming your mouse, because using your A and D keys loses a bit of speed every time you press them. And that's the map. Easy, right? I do genuinely like this map. Maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome. I'm going to talk about my speedrun route in a bit, but before that, I made a guide on how to do the major skip. Problem is, the guide kinda sucked. So let me try that one more time, brother. Let's speed through this, shall we? There are 3 permutations for this skip. Top path. Bottom path.
We're like ahead by like a few seconds. That's good. That's good. Oh shit.
And simply not worth it. Around 250 is the safe amount of boost needed. For Umi on the other hand, around 200 is safe because of her glide. The boost numbers aren't really exact because you want as much boost as possible because you have to enter hyperspeed or your blink level 2. It's important to keep your double jump as Alex as your hyperspeed won't carry you all the way across the gap. If you ever feel like you're not going to make it, just use your lunge, it also works. What you're aiming for is this thing. The invisible wall doesn't go all the way up. Think of it like kicking a field goal. Don't go too far left or you'll die. You don't have enough boost to go right anyway, so just go straight down the center. Don't worry if you don't hit the skip perfectly on your first try or your second, because I've kind of played this map too fucking much. There we go. Much better. It's speedrun route time. This part of the guide's more for me instead of the audience, just in case I lose my memory like Harry Osborn from Spider-Man 3. Get a perfect start, hit the rightmost gem. This is where I think some time can be saved as I hit the ground first and then jump. I think I could double jump straight from it, but then I might not cover enough ground, I don't really know. I drift at the end of the bridge there just so I can slow down and line up my shot better. Hit that edge gem, but here's where we get into some fun bits. You see those 2 gems I hit back to back? The trick is to not be in hyperspeed when you hit those gems, because if you enter hyperspeed all the way through the corner, you'll have to hit one gem and then veer off to the right to hit the second gem, because in hyperspeed your hitbox is smaller. Hit the gem on the left side of the ramp, then drift up the ramp. You want to be a bit careful here, because if you go hyperspeed too early when you're going up the ramp, you'll be launched off into the sky. So you want to be drifting up the ramp, and then let yourself hit level 3 boost, release it at like the perfect time, boost with that added speed, and just slam yourself to the right. So you go into the right path, because you need the left path for the second lap. There we go. Drift as soon as you hit the booster, so you carry that momentum and keep your combo and a little bit more boost. Something tells me you could just run through it, but I don't know. Then hit that middle gem, boost all the way there. You could take a harder angle when you land, but it's a bit... this is just vibe based. This one's vibe based. I have not labbed anything like this. I've just been vibing. This is where the green pad actually comes in handy, because when you're drifting, when you're backtracking, if you press your shift key and boost with the green push pad and the drift boost, you go faster and reach the gems that you want to hit faster. Here I save some gems for the last lap because I need gems to go up this ramp on the last lap. I don't really know what the most optimal amount of gems to be saved. From this run, I hit the white gem after the first medium-sized gem. That part is a bit important because you want just enough gems so you can hit the next medium gem at the start of the second lap, so you can hit the line of gems before the chicane faster. I lunge forward here because I want to spend less time in the air. Hitting the gems is important because hitting the gems equals boost, and boost equals you going fast, and you going fast is the objective of a speed run. Go to Taco from turn 3. Drift a bit early before hitting that last rightmost gem. Go up the ramp, miss the most important gem somehow. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did that. That gives a lot of boost. Another thing that is a bit I don't really understand is the combo. Because if you reach a certain combo number, it'll give you an additional boost. When you see that giant combo thing show up, there's stuff going on. There's so much more to be optimized from this run. If I had a bit more boost, I could lunge here, therefore getting to the platform faster. Always remember which gems you take just before the ending part, because I need those gems for the additional boost. I think you could get the leftmost gem there and then go down the straight area and then barely hit the booster on your right and then take the chicane fast. That might be a better way to do it. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if this route is well optimized here because I'm taking a wider path. I don't really know, but all I know is that gems are important because gems equal boost, and boost is in the name of the game. After all, Boost Vector X is a resource management sim. Go up the Dell, but I think I should use more of my boost here, maybe enter hyperspeed. I'm not really sure. Hit the gems, and then I hit the ramp here and go in the air, which is bad. You want to leave just to the left of the ramp, which sends you down there instead of sending you up in the air, which saves you time, I think. I should probably mention that I don't really know what I'm doing. I've been doing this shit vibe based. I don't really do things for a reason. I'm more of a fly into a brick wall and figure out how it works kind of guy. I think instead of tap boosting here, holding it down and going down that left path of just nice gems is the best way to go. I can definitely get down the islands faster there. There's definitely some time lost there. But this is where you get to the fun bit. These two gems right here. I hate these two gems. So imagine this. It's the final lap. You've done lap 1 and 2 perfectly. You use most of your boost to go down these islands. You hit the gem just after the sand mound. And then you have these two gems right here. You need to hit both of them because you used all your boost going down the islands. Because if you don't hit both of them, you won't have enough boost to reach the inside hairpin gems. And that right there will decide if it's a 136 time or a 134 time. I have no idea how to consistently hit both that bottom middle gem and that rightmost gem at the exact same time. I don't know how. I just can't. I cannot consistently do it, man. That is the dilemma that these two final gems put you in. You might be asking yourself, why don't you do the skip on the final lap? You don't have enough gems. You simply don't have enough gems to complete going up the ramp. Funny thing is, I don't actually hit the double gem in this run. I only hit the middle one. But yeah, I have no idea how to hit both of those gems. That might be key. I'm just saying, those two gems might be the key to unlocking this run. Take those inside gems for the hairpin, boost out there, and then I hit that final medium gem. I don't know why I do that. I think it's a mental thing. And then it somehow fucks me up because now I launch a bit too much to the left and I don't hit the gems on the ramp, which is kind of the main thing, which means I have to tap boost instead of hyper speeding all the way up there, because I think hyper speeding all the way up there is the faster route, but there's a tiny lip there that'll launch you in the air. I'm not really sure. And that's the run. 134 is possible. I've done it before. It's just that there's definitely so much more to be optimized here. And if you want to speedrun the game, do it. It's actually not that bad. If you made it this far, congrats. You get to see the outro. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, if you're actually interested in the game and you want to break Kopa Shores, because I managed to break Kopa Shores timer, there's a guide for it. I found a better way to it, but there's an old guide. You can watch it. I sure hope YouTube compression does not kill this, because I do not want to re-record any footage for higher bitrate. I have a presentation due in like 3 days, so I gotta wrap this up quick. And that's it. See you.